Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you one of the best Dragonflight group farms that there is at the moment. Now you do need to do this in a group for it to work the best way. From the testing that I've done in the last week or so, we get roughly around like 50k gold per hour from doing this farm. So you want to head to this location in Asia span, and there is a spot right here that is going to drop the flash frozen meat. Now this is used to create this mount. They need 20 of them for every single mount that is created to be able to actually get and do this mount. So this is why they constantly sell all the way throughout Dragonflight, and probably after Dragonflight they'll even keep selling because people will always want that mount or the mount collectors, and you can sell them very quickly on the region-wide auction house. So just looking at all these markers, this is where your group needs to make sure they're pulling all the mobs all the way up to these markers. So the best group to actually do this would be a group with one monk, and then the rest be hunters or druids doing the pulling. You want to set up your monk statue right here in the middle, and you'll have all the pullers pull the mobs and then run them to your statue, where then you will take aggro from the mobs, and all the mobs should hopefully die all at the statue and be pulled to the statue. Now they do spawn extremely quick once you get it going. It does take a bit of ramp up to get the hyper spawn actually working, but you'll be able to see in this video in a second that we can get the mob spawning very quickly when it is done correctly. Like I mentioned before, you can make around 50k gold with the current prices. 50k gold roughly, depending on the prices obviously, per hour. So it's a really good gold farm to do, and that is just from the flash frozen meat. You do get some raw gold and some venerables and some WOTLK and things like that that you can sell, but the majority of the gold will be coming from the flash frozen meat. Now to find a group for this, you just want to go into looking for group and go under custom, and you could look for flash frozen meat farm, or people maybe just call it like Dragonflight gold farm or something like that. If you're posting there, I would recommend calling it along the lines of flash frozen meat gold farm, and people should know what you're talking about. Now you can do this in a 2x4, so that means 2 groups of 4 people in each group. This way 8 people are all sharing the same drops, so you can have a few more people. Instead of doing just a normal 5-man group, you can do it from 5 to 8, so 3 extra people helping out does really help. So if you can get a 2x4 going for this farm, then I'd highly recommend doing it as a 2x4. But in the test that we've been doing, we've just been doing it in a full group of 5 people, and we're getting around 50k gold per hour from doing this. Now that's only when the hyper spawn is done correctly and you get these mobs to actually spawn a lot quicker. To do that, like I mentioned, you need to make sure that the people in your group, and including you if you're one of the pullers, you need to make sure that you're going around the whole outside and getting all of the mobs gathered up together. This way it will increase the spawn rate on the rest of them, and that is how you can make a lot more gold from this farm. As you can see, we've got mobs coming in, a bunch of them, and we're getting a lot of kills per hour doing it this way. The flash frozen meat does sell very good. It is on the region-wide auction house, and when we're doing this farm, I was selling all of the flash frozen meat within like 10 minutes, sometimes within a couple minutes. You usually sell about 20 at a time, because everyone that is buying it is normally buying it just so they can get the mount. Sometimes you can sell a big amount of them. Someone may be trying to flip them or try to make some profit off buying a bunch of them. So you can sell like thousands of them at once, but more than likely you're going to sell stacks of 20 every single time. Now another thing to take into consideration, make sure you empty out your bags, because you can only hold stacks of 20 of the flash frozen meat. As you can see, every single 20 will start a new stack, so it can fill up your bags very quickly. Could you farm a bunch of these within an hour? I'm talking a lot. The drop chance on these, the drop rate is very high. I believe it's in like the 20s for the majority of the mobs that you're killing here, so expect to get a bunch of the flash frozen meat per hour. Now if you have no one to do this with, you could possibly do this solo, and it would be decent for a solo farm. There's probably better farms to do solo, but if you can't find a group together, you could try it out solo and you'd be able to make a decent amount of gold from doing it. However guys, that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button, and if you would like to learn more about making gold in retail World of Warcraft, you can check out my complete gold making guide. This is a guide that I constantly update, and if you own a copy, you'll have a lifetime worth of free updates. Every time I update it, the updated copy will get sent to your email address. So in future expansions and stuff like that, you'll still have a copy of it. I'll see you in the next one.